Hello, what's up? I'm Mihai and this is my best friend Saya. That van behind us? Well, that's our ticket to freedom, and in the last couple of years she's made the whole world my backyard. And trust me, things can get wild. In this episode, we're moving towards finally covering up these bare echoey walls with a solid new floor and lots of insulation. We're adding floor battens to create a level surface, patching holes, and squishing in the insulation. Everything to turn this metal box into a home. Then, we're taping everything up to create an airtight seal and taking out the bulkhead and cabin liner. All so we can start sticking the soundproofing everywhere. Get ready for a seriously satisfying transformation as more and more changes add up.
So this is the plywood flooring, and we are going to use the template from the van to just copy and paste it onto the floor. It's 3 sheets of plywood.
Our old floor was thrown away a long time ago as it was a total biohazard. Luckily, Mike kept his, and that's what we used as a template. But here's a rookie mistake. I forgot about the battens raising the floor. The curves of the van walls created gaps at the edges, as you'll see later. Lesson learned, always add an extra centimeter or so to your plywood for a snug fit. To make installation easier, I pre-drilled holes through the battens and the floor. Turns out this van had an interesting quirk, a sag between the wheel wells. That's something I fixed quite easily with a spacer. After another coat of heavy-duty paint, it was time for the fun part, gluing and screwing each batten down. Would I have used fewer lengthwise battens? Honestly, yeah. The plywood and laminate floor I was planning to add were already super sturdy, which would have saved me lots of time during the next step. That's done. Yeah, so that was a day's work, but the flooring battens are finally on. I did a test fitting of the panels, and that's when I discovered the gaps at the edges. Luckily, I could still seal it with tape, but it's definitely a measure twice, cut once type of thing. Sorry I didn't film the part where I plugged the holes, but trust me, it was a bit fiddly. Using those leftover window scraps, I cut metal patches, then glued them in for a waterproof seal. The bigger holes needed a bit of hammering and bending to match the floor's curves, but in the end everything was plugged up and ready for installation. Now this part was seriously time consuming. Why? Because my battens weren't as perfectly spaced as I thought, and each installation panel needed individual trimming. If I did this again, I'd only use evenly spaced horizontal battens, as that would be a major time saver. But even with all that cutting, the satisfying fit was worth it every time. Just as I was about to start taping everything up, a curious neighbor stopped by.
Really sorry, this is really nosy. What are you doing? Are you refurbing it?
Making it to a camper van.
Ah, that's amazing. Sorry, me and my husband have been watching you and like, maybe they're going to make it into like, I don't know, shop on wheels or something.
Nah, make it into a home.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
It's just that we've been not working on it for a few weeks now, so I'm trying to catch up.
Wow, yeah. Oh no, well good luck.
Thank you.
I look forward to still being nosy and watching it progress.
No worries, we're good. We like sharing. Like it's something we're proud of that we're doing, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure it was amazing on it. I'm looking at a lot of those like little homes on Instagram, you know.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this.
Absolutely amazing thing.
So if you want another rabbit hole to fall into, this is called van life.
This is called, sorry, what?
Van life.
Van life. Oh, okay, yes, I do. Thank you.
So if you go on Instagram,
Yeah.
you're gonna have years worth of stuff to look at.
Wow. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anyway, take care. Good luck.
Yeah, you do.
I loved sharing this project with people, so I didn't mind at all. After that, I worked well after the sunset, making sure every single seam had a tight seal. Why is this so important? Well, it keeps the draft out and makes for a warmer, quieter camper.
Doing there, Mihai?
I am preparing to take off the top of the bulkhead and start insulating the crew compartment.
The overhead shelf.
Yeah. And,
what is going to be our overhead shelf?
yeah, and actually see what I want to do over there and how I want it done.
Yep. And you keep dropping the thing.
Yeah, maybe 30 seconds or so.
This is going to be our overhead shelf, and we are planning to also like shape out a window in here, so we have it for
Just cut it along the
safety
top.
measures, but
And extra lights and the lights.
we look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah. We're just taking it one at a time, eh?
Yeah, we start like so many different projects.
The cabin, boys.
I feel like with every step that we do different, it just feels more and more like a home.
Hi there. After removing the bulkhead earlier, it's finally time to take off the liner for the cabin and see what's behind that. So, see you when it's done, I guess.
So Mihai right now is putting on a what is that, Mihai?
Soundproofing and vibration proofing and everything in between, I guess.
Yeah, so we got this big roll from Amazon, was it?
Yeah.
It's called Dodo Mat, and we're putting it on the walls for acoustic insulation. And I'm also painting some of the rusty bits, as you can see them, like here. I'm painting them with red oxide. And once we've got that done, we're going to cut out Celotex, put it around here.
This stuff adds weight to the metal, making it harder for noise to resonate and get through. The sticky compound further absorbs vibration. Since it's pricey, I focused on those big flat panels, as even a partial covering makes a huge difference. And trust me, after this, our music didn't bother anyone outside ever again.
So we are making progress. Mihai has put the Dodo mats in for acoustic insulation, so to dampen out the noise. I have been doing the red oxide for the rust. Wherever I saw metal and rust, I basically put this. And yeah, Mihai's right now doing the Celotex. He's cutting it up. He's sticking this on and then putting in the Celotex foam. And yeah, the van is starting to look more and more like home. Well, not yet, but you know, the installation is one of the biggest jobs that you're gonna get done after the windows and solar panels. So yeah, we're getting things done. So this is the piece of Celotex. It's 50 millimeters, and there's gonna go one there, one there, one here, and one here. And then over here we're gonna put fiberglass. Yeah.
Get ready, because in the next episode it gets seriously cozy. We're adding thick insulation to the window and ceiling, then tackling those van walls, and the transformation will blow your mind. See you then!